Hello, my name's Steve Webb, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Global Institute for Food Security. And thank you so much for having me at Canada's Farm Show. The Global Institute for Food Security was established in 2012, and it's a unique public-private partnership between Nutrien, the province of Saskatchewan, and the University of Saskatchewan. And our founding partners have shaped both our vision and our mission. At GIFTS, our vision inspires us to realize a world where everyone has access to safe and nutritious food, and our mission drives us. It drives our behavior. We work with partners to discover, develop, and deliver innovative solutions for the production of globally sustainable food. Looking ahead to 2025, we envision Canada ranking very high in the globe on innovation efficiency outcomes. We see Canada as a global leader in ag and food technology. We see Canada and the world advancing closer to our vision of a world where everyone has access to safe and nutritious food. And we see an ecosystem here in Canada of agriculture and agri-food stakeholders working interdependently to deliver innovative solutions for global food security. One of the challenges that we face before we can realize our vision as Canada as an ag and food tech powerhouse is Canada's innovation performance is less than stellar. Canada invests 9th in terms of research dollars spent, which is in the top half of the G20, but our outcomes achieved are 30th and our innovation efficiency is 60th, less than being in the top 20. One of the reasons why innovation in Canada is less than stellar is we tend to be very dispersed. We tend to operate in silos, and each area works semi-independently. The ag and ag food innovation ecosystem has the same challenges as the rest of Canada. We see innovation success as being measured as anyone else in industry would do. Patents, licenses, new company startups, commercializations, jobs created, new products and services that improve the economic, environmental, and social performance and sustainability of the ag and food system. Priority one for us is to connect and collaborate, break down those silos. Innovation is a team sport that requires stakeholders from across the spectrum. We have a big role to play in Canada's economic recovery, and ag and food is an important part of not only our recovery from the pandemic, but our growth as far as a growth domestic product from a country perspective. There's an opportunity for an organization that can be a connector and catalyst to help deliver successful outcomes by connecting and integrating the various partners to work together, spark sustainable innovation, drive that commercialization, and bridge the challenges with innovative solutions. And we see the Global Institute for Food Security as that connector, that integrator for spurring on innovation in the agri-food ecosystem. At GIFTS, we advance innovation by combining our technical expertise with specialized facility and equipment to drive innovation with a focus on the big ag and food challenges such as climate change, nutrition, carbon sequestration. At GIFTS, we help bridge commercialization all the way from the very early stages, from the lab bench, up and down the entire innovation pipeline to products that are in the marketplace today. We also serve as a connection bridge. We are leveraging GIFT's globally recognized reputation, our technical expertise and capabilities to provide valuable links to enhance trade and improve research and business relationships. Probably our best example is our relationship with the Bangladesh Ministry of Ag and Food, and Bangladesh is an important export nation for Canadian ag and food products, and it's growing. Priority two is how do we optimize the innovation pipeline? And the image that's on the screen now basically shows a standard innovation pipeline that's based on technology readiness levels, where technology readiness levels 1, 2, and 3 are really the domain of academia and universities. It's about knowledge creation. Our industry is really strong, focused on TRL 7, 8, and 9. That's the market impact. And in between those two parts of the innovation pipeline, TRL 4, 5, and 6, there's a gap, and that gap can be bridged by partnerships and collaboration and bringing the various parties together. And this gap or barrier to innovation is one where we see a significant role for GIFs. We see GIFs as being able to bridge this gap. It's also known as the valley of death. And to get through those, drive products and ideas from the idea creation in TRLs 1, 2, and 3 to product prototyping in TRLs 4, 5, and 6 to services and products that are in the marketplace 7, 8, and 9. It's a combination of skills, capability, infrastructure, and expertise, not just funding. Challenges in the gap are much more than technical, and they can include market, scale up, process, research, and regulatory. And again, we see business incubators and accelerators have been deployed and have worked for other business verticals, such as the technology space and even the pharmaceutical businesses. But for ag tech, structural differences in our industry and the technology make the gap difficult to bridge. We need different support systems to help us accelerate innovation in the ag and food tech space. Some of the inherent structural challenges that we face in ag and food tech are our discovery timelines are much longer. You cannot rush 2 years of field data. Funding levels as a result are higher given the timelines. There's really no pre-competitive space in the ag tech industry when compared to the pharmaceutical industry. The regulatory bottlenecks, public acceptance, and even customer acceptance are issues, not just late stage, but even early stage in the product development process in ag and food tech. We also have a tendency to focus on the technology play. It's something that, coming out of universities, we're very comfortable with the technology, but because of the strong interdependency between technology, consumer acceptance, market acceptance, the regulatory path, it's much more complex for us in ag and food tech. And even on the standpoint of our innovation pipeline that goes from TRLs, 1 to 3 to 4 to 6 to 7 to 9, the valuation jumps are not as well defined in ag tech as they are in pharma. In pharma, when we advance from something from preclinical to phase 1 to phase 2, companies' valuation jumps are well understood and fairly well defined and predictable. Ag tech, it's much more difficult. We need to build effective support systems to help accelerate innovation and bridge the gap. GIFs is working to catalyze innovation by building and sustaining support systems around the development of ag and food technology. So that vision of discovery, develop, and deliver innovative solutions. Some examples of that include the creation of the Global Institute for Food Security's not-for-profit product development entity to, again, help advance innovative solutions that we've helped discover here through our programs at the University of Saskatchewan and with other partners to bring them to the marketplace. The other example is a partnership that we have with AgWest Bio and other organizations here in Canada to create the Global Ag and Food Advancement Partnership. We're a member of the GAP. We envision the Global Ag and Food Advancement Partnership of having a more customized or concierge type of relationship with companies. Longer term relationships of 1 to 3 years, because again, advancing technology and de-risking technology through the innovation pipeline takes 1 to 2 years to move through the various stages. We see larger investment levels of up to $500,000 or even more on subsequent investments. When you compare and contrast a customized long-term relationship and the levels of investment that the Global Ag and Food Advancement Partnership is considering making into companies, when you compare it to existing incubators and accelerators where companies come in as cohorts or groups of companies of relatively short term of 3 to 4 months with relatively small amounts of investments of $25,000 to $70,000, they're much more focused on strategic planning, leveraging the strength in the incubators and accelerators investment network, very limited engagement with the market, and really no scale up, really focused on the business plan of the incubators and in companies that are in the incubators and accelerators. The Ag and Food Advancement Partnership is focused on advancing technology through the innovation pipeline, helping de-risk both the technical aspects of it, but also the market, the scale up that takes place TRLs 4 through 5. We see strength on the team in the Global Ag and Food Advancement Partnership of not just general knowledge of technology and startups, but really industry and sector specific expertise to help companies commercialize their innovations and scale up opportunities. Because again, in ag and food tech, one of the things that I've learned through my time in 23 years or 25 years now in the ag and food industry is that scale up is an issue that you need to address really early on in the process to be able to have a product that you can offer at a price point that can be integrated into the workflow and add value for the customer. Priority 3 is building scale, and that's one of the things that we've been doing at the Global Institute for Food Security. It's a key part of our new strategic plan. We need platform technologies for research, development, and the delivery of solutions to the marketplace. Platforms can help accelerate research. They add scale to the research to de-risk the technologies. They help us increase our impact in that we can play up and down the value chain. And we see our platforms as really being synergistic in our ecosystem. And again, complementing, not competing with the other players in the ag and food tech ecosystem here in Canada. One of the platforms that we've launched this year is our Omics and Precision Ag Lab, or OPAL. It's a state-of-the-art facility that integrates genomics, phenomics, and bioinformatics into a service that doesn't exist anywhere else in Canada, and quite frankly, here and even in North America. It's our only facility that has integrated omics and precision ag tech. Our current clients include national labs here in Canada, universities, private companies in Canada, the US, and the European Union. It's led by GIFs, and it's a partnership between NRC, the Agriculture and Agri-Food Canada, and the University of Saskatchewan. And again, it offers a capacity and a scale that does not exist within the country. And again, it's a real opportunity for us to bring the cutting edge technologies and apply them to crop improvements, to decision-making tools for producers on whether they should spray for weed control, insect control, disease control. It allows us to begin to look at optimizing not only plants, but also microbes. And in fact, the scale at which OPAL runs at dwarfs what exists in other business verticals like the healthcare industry. And during the pandemic of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were happy to lend equipment to the Saskatchewan Health Authority to help scale up COVID testing early in the pandemic. Another platform that we're working with at GIFs is the engineering biology platform. Engineering biology is expected to reach a $2 to $4 trillion market in the next 10 to 20 years. The facility really uses a combination of automation, biology, and computation. It's as easy as A, B, and C to produce reagents, peptides, enzymes, and other materials industry needs to deliver products on a much larger scale. The key feature of engineering biology platform for its application to agriculture is it actually impacts lots of things for the ag space: the environment, animals, plants, the microbial community, soil health. It's an approach to make food ingredients and even new foods. It's a platform technology that is important for where we're going with ag and food, and it's part of Canada's overall technology roadmap for engineering biology. We will be the ag and food node in Canada's engineering biology network. Our engineering biology platform complements what already exists at GIFs. in that it's fully integrated into our other platforms, including Opal, which provides the genomics and sequencing support for the engineering biology platform. Our data management platform leverages computational capacity here at the University of Saskatchewan. That's a partnership between the Global Institute for Food Security and the Global Institute for Water Security, called Copernicus. And there's additional synergies with our cell biology platform. So again, at GIFS, it's an integrated workflow, and almost like it's considered like a foundry or factory floor for manufacturing reagents and conducting experiments. So in conclusion, we all have a really critical role to play in advancing ag and food research, innovation, and new product development here in Canada. We need to work together. We have a big role to play in our country's economic recovery from COVID-19, and we have an even bigger role to play in terms of our long-term trajectory as a country. We need to recognize our strengths as a powerhouse in sustainable agriculture. We need to appreciate the impact that the ag and food sector has on the economic, environmental, and social sustainability, not only here in Canada, but also how we help support to other countries that we export our ag and food products to. Measurement is critical to benchmark our agri-food sustainability leadership. And one of the other areas that GIFS is actively engaged in is a partner in the National Sustainability Index for Agri-Food Performance. We know Canada is a powerhouse in terms of sustainable intensification. We need to measure and show Canada is a leader in sustainable, safe, and responsibly produced food. And we need to be able to look at how we can even improve on our very good performance record. Our combined efforts across ag and food value chain will help establish Canada's leadership to deliver globally sustainable food security here at home and across the world. Thank you very much.
My name is Steve Webb, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer at the Global Institute for Food Security. In no time in my lifetime has food security and concerns about where their food comes from been as high on the agenda of the Canadian public as it is today. It's a great opportunity for us in agriculture. We at GIFS see technology as a solution and a wonderful opportunity to take Canadian agriculture to the next generation of food systems.